Hello, it's Lori. Um, Here I am. I hope you're here. I hope everybody can see me okay. This is new technology for me, so I'm just trying to figure this out, and hopefully it is all going well. So I'm just going to take a quick check and make sure that I'm actually showing up for you. I would love throw us a little hello in the comments. That would be great. I don't think we're live. Hmm. So if you can see me, I would love it if you just give me a little shout out and let me know that you can see me at all. Um, I hope everything is awesome. Let's see. Yay! Thank you so much. I'm so delightful to see that you're here. Thank you, Mom. See you, Christian. Yay! I think I can show you on screen. Ooh, all right. So, welcome to our very first streaming, and I have a little presentation for you. So let's get started. All right. So, um, our talk today is specifically about mental health and glowing skin and whether there's actually a connection between the two. And I'm just going to, cut straight to the chase. Yes, there is a definite connection. So your skin does tell a story about your mental health, and your skin can actually reflect your mental health as well. So if your skin's not doing well, your mental health can suffer, and vice versa. So when you're really stressed out, it can show up on your skin. All right. So we have what we fondly refer to as the acne anxiety cycle. If you have acne or if you have eczema or any kind of weird skin stuff like that, I'm sure you're familiar with how this works. There's the stress, right? Oh my God, there's a thing on my face. I got a big old pimple, or oh geez, I've got this terrible test, or I've got this big exam coming up. All of these things come into play on a regular basis. And it can cause a lot of anxiety. It can cause depression. I'm personally familiar with these things. So when I wake up in the morning and oh, got a little something, something there. Now, for me, I suffer from adult acne, but I also suffer from rosacea. So when my skin gets a little spicy, I can feel a little down about it because it's just normal. But also, when I'm just feeling stressed or feeling down, my skin can also get spicy. So, unfortunately, it can be a really vicious cycle. And depending on where you are in your time of life, that can be a lot more irritating or a lot more impactful than we would really like it to be. So, let's talk about stress hormones, cortisol. So, yeah, cortisol is one of those hormones, right? And cortisol is just, it keeps us alive, right? It keeps our blood sugar balanced, which is wonderful. And cortisol can wreak havoc with our skin. There's so many things that can keep you awake at night, which can make things worse. If you're not getting enough sleep, that can add to anxiety and depression and stress overall. I don't know about you, but if I haven't had enough sleep, I'm a little extra cranky in the daytime. And if I'm a little extra cranky, well, my skin's probably a little cranky too. And think about it, when someone is down or depressed, you can usually see that in their face. We talk about people being blue or feeling blue. There's that down energy that sits around them, and we see it on their skin directly. So, um, it's a really good thing to just pay attention to in yourself as well. Now, if you are prone to acne, um, as we see here, worsened acne can increased breakouts can make you feel worse about yourself. And when you're feeling worse about yourself, that raises your cortisol levels, which creates more inflammation, which makes you have more acne. It's really a vicious cycle. And I don't know who came up with this cycle in our development, in our creation, but and sometimes I think there's something wrong there. I don't know. But truthfully, our skin is a mirror of what's going on inside. So it's really not that there's anything wrong. It's not like you're really broken. And I'm just teasing when I say, creator screwed something up. That's not the case at all. It's really that our skin is in a conversation with us. And what we want to do is learn how to communicate with our skin. So hopefully we'll talk a little bit about that and how this might help you. All right, so there is real science here. I'm not just, poo-pooing and throwing out little dramatic quotes, even though I can be dramatic. So there's real science here between the connection between your skin and your mental health. And it's funny because for years, the skin, and okay, let me step back. As an esthetician, I've been in this field for almost 30 years now, since 1997 as a full-time licensed esthetician. And all the way back then, I got into the field and I thought, wow, I want to be able to help people through their through their entire body, through their lifestyle, through their holistic health, and therefore help them with their skin because it is all connected. Now, to me and people in my field in herbal medicine, that was just really obvious. But in the skincare industry, I have to say that has been a very, very long time coming to that agreement or acknowledgement. In fact, for years, and still in some places, it's debatable whether or not what you eat affects your skin. Now, I just need to say, you are what you eat. We know that. We know that everything you eat affects your health. The skin is the largest organ of your body. I mean, besides the intercellular matrix, which that's a whole nother story, but primarily the skin is like the big player in the game. You can't separate your skin. It's not like a paper bag that you can, you know, peel off and go, oh, this doesn't matter. It is quite literally how we connect with the world. And when our skin isn't feeling well, then the rest of us isn't feeling well. I'm not sure if you've ever had maybe a cold sore or even an acne blemish. It's painful. It actually hurts. And that is one of the problems with acne. It actually hurts. I think a lot of people don't really recognize that. It's physically painful. It's not just visually, wow, that looks like it hurts. I mean, it actually hurts, especially if you have cystic acne or, just this one little random blemish can be really, really sensitizing. So, right here, the skin brain excess. So your skin does have the same embryonic origin as your brain. So literally around 21 days of development, as your brain tissue is growing, so is your skin tissue, and they grow from the same root cells. So your skin is almost an extension of your brain. And when you think about it, there are so many nerve endings in your skin that actually help you to integrate and to relate with the world around you. Think about temperature and pain and touch and pleasure and pressure, cold, heat. This all comes through your skin and is processed in your brain. So they're kind of very, very closely connected. Now, we already talked about, the stress response. Um, yeah, inflammation. That's, kind of the root of all aging, if you will, but it affects both your skin and your mood. Um, there's a hormonal impact, of course, we just talked about, but I think most people think about that when they're either in puberty and you're a teenager and your hormones are going bananas and you basically just you hate everybody, including yourself. But it also happens kind of on a monthly basis for women during their menses, when some of us are prone to PMS. I was guilty. I definitely had PMS, and there were days when I just wanted to kill people. Fortunately, I refrained from that particular action, and that's why I crochet, because crocheting is good and murder is bad. Um, but it's a real thing. I mean, people really do feel stress. So it's a real thing. It's not just, fluff. The gut and skin connection, yeah, your microbiome health affects everything, truly. So one thing to think about, the gut is lined with skin cells, or they're called epithelial cells, right? So these are epithelial cells, and all the way in your mouth is epithelial cells, and all the way down through, and then all the way out the other end. They're all epithelial cells. All of our organs are lined with epithelial cells, and the bacteria that live there and populate those areas, because there isn't a single part of your body that's not populated by some kind of bacterium. I know we're basically a giant petri dish. It's cool. Take a breath. It's okay. So, but that connection between what's normal and healthy is actually going to affect your brain, and it's going to affect your skin across the board. So just stuff to think about. And our mental health and our skin is really truly is beyond surface deep. So there is a higher risk of depression in people who have skin issues. There's definitely lower self-esteem, and it's improved after successful skin treatment. And 85% of people who have skin conditions experience social anxiety, and I am definitely one of those. I have for sure, experienced it. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to experience it, but a lot of people do. Oh, and hey, thanks for joining the live stream. There we go. Hi, Louise. Nice to see you. I know that you're coming from a long way away. Thanks for seeing you. Awesome. And Sita, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So anyway, social anxiety. Yeah, I mean, I think we all have moments where we just don't really want anybody to see us. And when you have issues with your skin, it's going to make it so much worse. So let's talk about some ways that you can address that. So when we talk about a holistic approach to skin health, so I consider myself more of a integrative, holistic esthetician, and there really is no definition for integration or integrative skincare. It's just kind of something that we're creating as we go. It wasn't something that I learned in school. In fact, like I said, everything in school was, oh, it's separate. It's just your skin. It has no impact. And, your emotions have no impact. What you eat has no impact on your skin. And I think most of us know that that's, a little crazy. Hey, thanks, Eric, for your shout out. I appreciate that. So it's important to just, let's think about those things. And we're creating something as we go, creating this whole integrative skincare approach. So these are some of the things that we look at when we're looking at integrative care or holistic approach to skincare. I'm sure, I could talk for hours and hours, but number one, nutrition. What you eat becomes who you are. And if you're eating junk food, your skin's just not going to respond well. So if you've already got issues with self-esteem or depression, now keep in mind, I'm not saying that what you eat is going to affect depression or your mental health. However, I know that there are some psychologists now that are examining that. There are some researchers who are looking into that as well. And there is some promising studies indicating that, yeah, maybe what you do eat may have a real impact on your mental well-being. Now, I can't really speak to that in great detail, but I can speak to my experience with it. And I find that when people eat a lot of junk food, you know, uh, it affects your digestion for sure, and that will affect your microbiome, and your microbiome will affect the surface of your skin. So there is a very real tracking for all of these issues. It's just a matter of, well, what do we do about it? So we can talk about that another day. And if you're interested in that, please let me know. I would love to hear that in the comments. Um, Stress management. So meditation lowers cortisol. And as we talked about previously, cortisol actually does play a big factor in how our skin responds. So things like meditation or just being focused and being present. So conscious eating or walking with intention. These kinds of things can help lower your cortisol levels and help bring you into a place where you can navigate stress levels a whole lot better. And I say that from personal experience because I'm a lot better when I meditate. And when I don't, or when I fall off the wagon, I feel it for sure. And my skin shows it as well. Sleep. Sleep is massive. So real, true cellular repair happens overnight when we're sleeping. There's a reason why when we're sick, we feel sleepy and we just want to lay down and have a nap because that time during sleep is actually when we repair. So it will help lower your stress levels. Just sleeping and getting a good night's sleep will lower your stress levels, can reduce inflammation, can reduce cortisol, and can thereby also improve the appearance of your skin, which can indirectly improve how you feel about yourself. So focus on maybe getting a little extra shut eye here and there. Professional care is going to be a big player in the overall results of your skin. So expert treatments can target root causes. We're not doctors, and we don't play them on TV or on YouTube, but professional treatments, you know, treatments that are designed specifically to address the barrier function of your skin or to help normalize cell turnover or to just give you real actionable steps in what to do and how to take care of your skin can really be a game changer when it comes to your overall well-being. And self-care rituals and daily habits. Remember, your daily choices have the biggest impact. Now, like a metaphor that I like to use, because we ask people, are you washing your face every day? Are you using your products every day? And I'm going to use acne as an example. So for acne, we set people up with a program that's very specific to help address their skin, depending on what their approach is. If they want to go real natural, we can do that. Or if they want to, work on mild acne or all the way up to very severe acne. And yes, I have worked on people who have been on Accutane. We'll talk more. But you have to use the products on a daily basis. So if you're not using your product every single day, you're not going to get the promised result. It's kind of like brushing your teeth, right? You brush and floss your teeth every day. Am I right? I hope. I hope you are, because that helps for good oral health. Which, believe it or not, oral health and the inflammation in your mouth will actually impact your systemic health, your systemic inflammation, which will impact your skin, which will impact your mental health. So, brushing and flossing, it's good for your brain. Just saying. But let's say that you brush and floss your teeth maybe once a week or once a month right before you go to see the dentist. Imagine you only see the dentist. Right now we see the dentist like maybe twice a year. Yeah. Well, what if you saw the dentist every month? That would be pretty neat. For me, I know I'm weird. I love my dentist. um, so you go to see the dentist on a monthly basis. That's great. But you get your teeth cleaned that day. That's awesome. But what's happening every other day? If you don't brush and floss your teeth for a whole month, that's going to be nasty. Um, hey, Suzanne, thanks for popping up. And Suzanne asked about how about daily. I'm guessing that you're talking about the dentist daily. That would be really nice. I honestly would be so into that. I really love that feeling of my teeth being very clean. But, you know, so using your skincare on a daily basis is going to have more of an impact than if you only do it once a month when you come in for your facial. Do you see my correlation there? So it's really important to think about these things and go, all right, well, what am I doing every single day that's going to really support my health and my well-being? It's kind of like meditation, right? If you meditate, once a month or so, it's not bad. It's certainly going to help you, but it's not going to give you the same impressive impact as if you're doing it on a regular, maybe at least weekly, possibly daily basis. So, all right. So I just want to give you a couple little ideas on what you can do to give yourself a little skin mind harmony. Um, there is a lovely person who is actually live on our video today, and Sita Christian, and she is a ritual specialist and a celebrant. And one of the things that she always says is, let me see if I'm getting this right. A ritual is a visible act with invisible intention. So, a visible act for us in this case is taking care of your skin. So, cleansing your skin. So, think about when you go to take care of your skin on a daily basis, I hope, should be twice a day, hopefully. But while you're taking care of your skin, think about cleansing your skin with intention. I know at the end of the day, it's really, really easy to just be like, oh, just, slap some stuff on your skin, rub it on, splash, 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 get rid of it. Okay. And you're done, right? Slap some stuff on. I get it, especially when you're really tired. But we're talking about wellness. We're talking about mental health. Remember, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we want to talk and focus more on taking good, real care of ourselves. So when you're cleansing your skin, use something that you really like. Use something that, feels lovely, something that smells lovely, something that looks lovely. When you're applying that product onto your palms and then pressing it into your skin, really cleansing your skin with real intention. Like, my intention is to remove the negativity of the day, remove the the way I felt about myself, the vision I had of myself that was not real. When I looked at myself in the mirror and went, ugh, oh, I hate this line, or I don't like this, or oh, I don't like this little thing that's happening here, or why is everything falling? Mm-mm. That's not going to support your mental health. What is going to support you is, oh, my skin feels really nice. It feels good to care for myself. It feels wonderful. As I am cleansing my skin, I am removing that negativity. I am washing away the the thoughts that I've had, the negative thoughts that I've had about myself or about other people. It's a small thing, but it can really change how you take care of yourself. And um, it can really impact that overall enhancement of your mental health just by your skincare. So embrace a cleansing ritual. Personally, I like to take a wet washcloth and fill it with hot water, squeeze it out, and then just press it against my skin to start with. You can put a little bit of essential oil into that if you like. You can use a toner, whatever, but just plain old hot water is really nice. You do the same thing in the shower, even if you're not doing all the fancy little steps. Just stand in the shower and be like, and I think this is, please refresh me or clarify for me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Zita has also mentioned, standing in the shower and going, I am enough. I am doing enough. That is powerful. You can do the same thing when you're washing your face. I am enough. I've got this. I'm okay. So think about adding that into your daily routine. It's a small thing, but it really has impact. And then how about when you're actually applying your product? There's nothing wrong with really massaging your skin, massaging your product, and applying your serums onto your skin, pressing them, and then literally just pressing them right into your skin, paying attention to what you're doing, not just slapping it on, right? Really pressing it. And I know this is weird. I have an issue with this, but don't take the dropper and like stick it right on your skin. That's disgusting. I know that's like the big thing. Everybody shows, oh, I'm spreading product directly on my skin. Ew, don't do that. That's just cross contamination all over the place. Don't stop. But put your product in your hands, press it in your hands just a little bit, press it onto your skin. Remember, your face is from here to here. It's, down the bottom where your shirt line is. Do this whole area. Really give yourself care. Make it more than a routine. You know, Practice that invisible intention and combine it with that visible act of skincare to give yourself a mindful moment. When you place product on your skin, just affirm your natural radiance. Really, you are amazing. You are beautiful. And you have purpose. You have value in this world. And taking care of yourself by giving yourself conscious And intentional skincare is affirming that and showing it to the world, you know what? I matter and you do matter. And just feel your natural glow. I know it sounds a little bit woo woo, but truly, I'm probably the original woo woo girl. I know I don't really go into that a whole lot, but I've come to that point in my life, in my career, where I'm all about it, right? So, you know, if you want to pull on the goddess archetype, that persona, go for it. It's part of who we are. And I'm not just saying just men or just women, men and women, we all have balance, masculine, feminine, God, goddess, beauty, radiance, we all have it. So embrace that inner beauty, that inner glow, and allow that part of you to come forth. So just remember a little daily renewal. So transform your daily routine by focusing, transforming a routine into a ritual. Um, give yourself moments of mindfulness, you know, um, breathe and give yourself a little bit of peace. Take a moment to be thankful for your skin and how many amazing things it does for you. It allows you to feel the humidity in the air. It allows you to feel the breeze on your skin. Um, it allows you to feel the touch of your beloved. It allows you to feel and take in the purr of a cat and the little scritchy ears on your favorite dog or rabbit or whatever your animal companion is. Um, it your skin embraces your loved one, embraces their hand or touches their face or strokes their hair or just hugs. We experience a hug through pressure nerves in our skin and touch in our skin. And every time we hug, we get a hit of oxytocin. So, you know, my son will probably kill me for saying this, but I hug him for a little too long, right? 20-second hug gives you an oxytocin boost. It is literally what makes you feel good. It makes you feel better. Take time, create. Next time you hug somebody, do it with intention and just be like, okay, I hug you and I trust you and I embrace you and I am making this a silent intention to share love and mental health. And that can give you lasting transformation. So, here at Vera Detox, we do all the things, right? We try to do the personalized assessment and we try to point these things out to you. But all these little tips and tricks about skin, there's so many of them. There's no way we can tell you all the time, which is why we try to give you a little bit more information like this. And this is, oh, Louise, thank you. Louise just says you give the best hugs. And girl, I could so go for one of your hugs right now. I miss you. Thank you so much. And you as well. And Zita has also said, great way to say it. With intention, touch is a literal expression of love. I could not have said that any better myself. And that is absolutely true. When we touch our clients, we are giving them love. We are loving them. And when we touch other people lovingly, we are also being touched lovingly. So when we give a treatment, we get a treatment. So just, come on in and get a treatment. That's all I can say. Get a treatment. Let us love on you because, it's good for us too. So again, we're here to help you. We're here to help your skin. Here to help you with your journey. Um, there are so many more things that we can get into details on. In fact, we can talk another time if you'd like to hear. I'd love it. Throw it in the comments if you'd like to hear more about herbs that can help with our skin and mental health. And if you'd like to hear more about flower essences that we use here in the treatment room, I can tell you that. Essential oils can be amazing for improving our mental health. And oh, thank you. Maria just commented the best. I love you, Maria. And I know I'm so grateful that we can give you some of that TLC and love as well. And I'll be looking for a hug next time I see you. Um, so if there's other things that you'd like to know, it really means a lot to me if you would throw some comments in. Let me know what you thought of this. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much. And if you have questions, just reach out. And if this is something, a format that you um, appreciate, then, let me know, because my staff and myself, we're all kind of jonesing to get in there and talk with you a little bit more. So, um, and yeah, so flowers. Oh, and it's a very good point. Zita had just commented that it's Taurus season. It is. It is a good time to talk about flowers. So, yeah, maybe we'll do that next time, next week. And of course, that Taurus season. It's like Ferdinand the Bull. Do you remember the old cartoon when Ferdinand the Bull would sit in his field and he would sniff the flowers and just relax, but don't piss him off? So, yeah, when we're talking about mental health and wellness, we want to stay in the flower field and a little bit more relaxed and calm. Enjoy some righteous rage, because the world is crazy right now, and that our mental health to experience it, but don't wallow in it. So having a nice breath and just breathe, feel that joy and feel the harmony, and allow your skin some space, allow your mind some space. And with that, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. Love you all.